Yeah. Kids are really vibing to some Larry June right now.
We bringing in the year, my nigga. Do we do it this year yet?
I know we did.
It's the first time for the year, eh? 2021.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
New Year's. You know the vibes. That's why I smoke it. This is like smoke music.
Y'all call us in the middle of a session real quick. You know what I'm saying?
You know the vibes.
Let me turn this down so y'all can hear us talk and shit. You know?
Yeah. We're back, so you already know what it is. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Kickin with Kelo and Q. You already know. Happy New Year, like we said. It's been a while, but you know things was happening. You know, on New Year's, new things was going in. You know, family stuff. So had to take our time, but we back, ready to attack. Back on the map. Click clack. I ain't a rapper. But anyways.
Make sure to follow all the social media handles as well.
Exactly. At Kickin with Kelo and Q on Instagram. You already know the vibes. On YouTube, Kickin Kelo and Q. You already know. You know how we do. So you already know that everything's gonna be popping, percolating. Make sure you follow me on Instagram too.
And Spotify too, Kickin with Kelo and Q. Check out
We
Spotify.
everywhere.
Apple Podcast, Kickin.
We everywhere. You know
what I'm saying?
Wherever you want to be, we there.
Exactly. So, as we're gonna get into it, you know, everything that's been going on with the year. Oh shit, there's a lot of shit actually. Now that I thought about it, there's actually some more shit than what I just thought about. Well, whatever. We're gonna start off. Actually,
we should be happy that we're not starting off with no RIPs. Thank the Lord for that.
Everybody's keeping safe. Everybody's staying healthy. You know what I'm saying? Well, there is some RIPs still. Like, you know?
Somebody died. Well,
I got some RIPs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I mean, no public joints, but yeah.
Yeah, but different than last year. But obviously, you know, things was going on with the Capitol and all that. Actually, as a matter of fact, as we're gonna start off, another racism shit happened this past week. So you know, just letting the Asian people know, all Asians, like, we're here with you guys too, because you guys are rocking with us with the Black Lives Matter too. Any of you guys that were, if you weren't, you already know that fuck you. Just like
If you were rocking with us, we rock with you.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you weren't rocking with us before,
then nah. But
go through the life experience.
Either way, it's also some fuckery shit, because now you see what we're talking about, where these racial acts or these certain, like, what's up with these white guys that are just, like I said, you can see the racist ones, like you can see it on them, and they're getting away. Even on the cops, I seen how they're talking about it. They didn't mention hate crime and all that. They're saying it was a sex addiction or something. Nah. That's RIP to all those people and women that got killed that day. You gotta stop that fuckery, but you already know this is not gonna stop. I don't even want to go on
no full rant or whatever, but yeah, yo, RIP to those girls.
Exactly.
Everybody, if your girls, guys, whoever's involved in that situation.
Exactly. But we're gonna go with light work. You know what I'm saying? So before we even get into like the sports and stuff that'll be in the back end, we're gonna go on to the entertainment shit, because you know beer stuff is going on so far in the year with entertainment, and I want to go with this week where verses and stuff in the last couple of weeks. We heard about verses and title being sold.
Sellout thing, man.
I was gonna say, so certain people think
sellout. Definitely a sellout thing, man. There's no way that, like, come on, man.
So the only thing with verses with me, and I know you said earlier that you said that you keep still bringing in new people and all this stuff. I don't think new people are gonna do it. My thing is I think with verses is kind of dying down a little, just based off of, even look at the matchups, the last couple matchups, even with the matchup coming up this weekend. So the fact that it kind of dying down, they fell into it during a pandemic and things are starting to open up. I think if they still do, and by the way, they're still running verses and shit. But they sold pieces of it, it's board seats and all this shit. And they sold it, and I feel like they sold it to like get out before it starts, get the maximum money. Like how we're saying trade Norm Powell at his highest peak. You're saying, yo, let's get our most money out of it. That's what I think.
Just like the real Toronto fans saying, don't trade Norm. That's what I feel about the verses. Like, at the end of the day, it's something that we had something going on, and it was successful. And I think regardless of people that were on lockdown or not, like people would make time out of their day to watch a verse, especially with some relevant artists. Like I feel like they had to make this shit more relevant to keep it popping. But at the end of the day, like it could have still been popping. Like I think verses could have still been popping regardless. So I'm cheese they sold out. No cap, I think it's some bitch ass nigga shit. You know what I'm saying?
So is that how you feel with the Jay-Z title thing as well? Because I feel like, from what I heard, they're saying it's more like, you see how they kept saying, yo, we're not in positions where we're on board seats and shit. Now with Jay-Z something the title thing, and actually, before I even go to Jay-Z something title, I forgot. Also with Swiss Beats Southern, and I was, from what I've been told and everything, every artist that was on it, they got shares of this as well, which means they're getting paid off of this deal as well. They can keep the shares and join the board seats or whatever, or they can sell their shit. So you know what I mean? So at the same time, they did something good, because they got all these guys paid in what Swiss Beats was saying, because I heard on the JVP, whatever, I'm not going to make up next podcast, but you know, he was saying, fuck, I forgot what I was trying to say.
Oh, Jay-Z?
No, with Swiss Beats and all that, that they're all getting paid. Oh, that it's the most black people on board seats ever. Like, they never had something where there's like 40. He said, yo, usually they let out 1 or 2 of us in. But this time, we got all the artists that were on it. So, you know what I mean? Plus us. So, boom, boom. And they finessed it, where they finessed the deal out of Apple. Because Apple didn't get nothing out of this. So they also did a Southern deal. And like, you know, now Apple didn't own them, it's not a monopoly thing. They did something with Triller or whatever, which is something on the come up. It's did the thing with Mike Tyson and shit, so it could be something good. And like I said, it's board seats, they got paid from it. So I don't think it's a sellout.
I don't think it's the same thing then. I don't think that's the same thing as you know, next situation we're talking about, but
I know you guys saying
that's different where he's giving something like, you know, at least he's giving back in that situation and he's looking out for the people. So that's why you can get Jay than not. But
no, that's Swiss and Timberland. That's Swiss.
Oh, Swiss and Timberland that actually made the deal and shit.
That's
Okay.
versus here.
Well, like I said, they're the ones who I say, yo, at least they're giving back in, like, you know what I'm saying. But with the versus shit, come on, bro.
Nah, I think like with title, I think like I was telling you guys off camera, like I think niggas are just liquidating all their businesses right now, and the bigger companies and the big wigs are acquiring companies by giving billions to, like, which is pennies to them, to these black companies that, you know, now they'll essentially own and will keep buying into, because even though Jay-Z sold title and he sold Moet and all that shit, it doesn't mean Moet bought his brand Ace of Spades or whatever. It doesn't mean that he's not going to continue to promote it. So
yeah, he's still
it's just
involved.
now he just redirected. He just made himself rich to open up more businesses to probably employ more black people. But the Fortune 500 companies that were operated by black people, I think now is starting to be liquidated, because everybody's giving up their businesses right now because of this COVID shit too. So
Yeah. So
that's my take.
that's that shit, but that's that. I guess if we go on the entertainment of versus, it's Ghostface versus Raekwon this weekend.
I don't understand that shit.
Wait, is it? Yeah, it's this weekend. So, no, is it this weekend? I think I don't think it's this weekend. It's next weekend.
Nobody cares, to be honest. Let's be honest for a second, everybody. Nobody gives a shit when that shit is. Nobody's watching it, but maybe you and some old.
Yeah, people are gonna watch it, but I don't have the excitement. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have the excitement for it, because, and it's not, if they did Raekwon versus somebody else, or yeah, what they did, but why are you doing 2 people that are in the same group? Like
They can the same music.
I know they have weird tracks that are not with them that they can play, but they have a lot of tracks together that are bangers. So who's playing it?
All I'm saying is Raekwon versus Nas, and my money's on Raekwon. That'd be a good versus.
You said your money's on Raekwon?
Or Nas?
Yeah, yo, put me motherfucking on a record for that one too.
I can't.
I would take some of your money on that one.
I can't say that, cause yo,
I throw that bet down.
You act like Nas don't have heat, dog.
I throw that bet down for sure.
You act like Nas don't have heat.
I throw that bet down still. I definitely do that one.
I'm even.
I put some money on Nas.
Yeah, that's a good that's a good versus.
That is a good
I'm gonna have to put that on the local poll. See
no, versus they don't care no more.
Or like a Mobb Deep versus CNN.
No, you know what I want to see? With Mobb Deep, I know it's different kind of genres in terms of music of what they make, but not really when you take it in. Was I wanted to see, because Juicy J's been asking for, Juicy J wants to smoke with bare people. But if you gave us a Juicy J Havoc / Mobb Deep 3-6, The reason why I'm saying that is niggas acting like I know they have different tracks, but they both have like their tracks knocking the club. Like their tracks knock, bro. Both of them. Bro, acting like Mob Deep street tracks knocking the fucking.
You can't put Juicy J. You can't put 3-6 Mafia with Mob Deep. You gotta put. You gotta run that. You gotta run that with like.
Whoever Juicy J's facing, I got Juicy.
Nah, you gotta run that with like a No Limit, because No Limit Cash Money will never happen. So a 3-6 No Limit could happen.
Might happen.
Who in No Limit is doing other than Masha P? And I don't think Masha P is doing the verses.
You mean Juvie?
No, it would have to be. It would have to be a crew. It would have to be a crew. It can't be just the niggas by themselves. It has to be a crew. If it's Juicy J versus Southside.
I say Cash Money versus 3-6. That's what I would say.
Yeah, like it'll never be a No Limit versus Cash Money. If they do, then it's gonna be a Baby and Manny versus a Master P and whoever the fuck he brings.
He's gonna bring a little Romeo.
No. It'll have to be the DJ because Manny's the DJ.
Yeah, that's true.
I can see 3-6 versus Cash Money. I mean, Cash Money.
Nah.
Cash Money.
3-6 will kill
Are we keeping that in that era?
Watch them.
You can't say Cash Money in total, because that's fucking teeth.
Yeah.
So it has to be in the era.
Cash Money, yeah.
Because that's teeth with Cash Money.
The old Cash Money is Washington.
No, it's not washing them. They'll win there. You say wash?
What about Bone Thugs?
Cash Money, you know.
Old Cash Money is 3-6?
Yeah, old Cash Money versus 3-6. 3-6 will white them.
Wash them all.
Wash them, dog.
Win, but wash?
Yeah, dog. Yo, wash.
Tracks, like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, but yo, Memphis, that 3-6 is inspiration to them, dog. They didn't come around until the late 90s, my nigga.
Man's in the studio.
Yo, in 93, like he's talking 93 shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Cash Money will kill him. I mean, 3-6 will kill him.
Man's everybody stop the feet.
If that's what you guys want to say, you guys want to say.
Or like a Juicy J versus Little John.
Juicy J's winning that, bro. Juicy J's been calling out names though. But these guys, and that's why when you guys are saying, oh, they're gonna get more like artists that are irrelevant right now. No, they're not, bro. Because if artists that are from back in the day are scared to do it, artists from now don't want to do it because you get broke. Even though people are starting streaming shit, but niggas, they be real. You got wipe still.
Yeah, man, don't want to be in memes and shit.
That's what I'm saying. They need to stop being in their feelings, get this bag, do this shit for nothing.
I never said they are going to get new artists. I said that's how they could have grew. They could have grew it, but new artists watch for the bag. Metro
Boomin, Pierre Bourne, and like those new producers versus Juicy J.
I'm still taking Juicy.
But what I'm saying is they're gonna play like Migos and new shit that they did, and he's still gonna play new shit that he gave these new niggas too. Yeah. But he's gonna play old shit that will murder them.
I'll take some of Juicy J's new shit, but it's not new shit, but it's like 2011 shit. Cause he can play anything from Blue Dream and Lean. He plays up Faces Burning though. I'm going crazy right now. This bitch by my side, all she like to do is lick. This bitch, don't get me started on that Juicy J. But anyways, see, we're coming up with better verses than verses.
We're getting hype off of just like what it could be.
Never gonna be. That's
anyway, so we get off the verses. This year we're seeing all these do you want to talk about the Queen and the Queen stuff, the England stuff and all that stuff or not?
Yeah, racism. Like that's old news, man.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
This is my question is, and I don't mean to offend nobody that supports women because I think what she went through is terrible regardless, But like, do you really feel like not since because I watched the interview,
So you actually did?
I actually took an interview.
Yeah, I did.
And
I was watching that.
My question is this, yo. Do you really feel bad for her?
No.
Cause she my question's like, yo, she married into the royal family. And when you watch into an Oprah's like, yo, did you do the research? The girl said no. When I heard that, you're my heart, bro.
It's not
girls out here.
How did you not know?
Girls out here will investigate a man's whole life when he has no money and works a regular 9 to 5.
No.
This girl didn't check into the
Of course she did.
Check into the prince.
Of course she did. Her friends did. Her family did. Everybody did.
No. Bro, nobody warned her.
You don't have to check into do your research. It's in history, you learned it in school. The royal family is London, England, who the states fought to be free of it. They are the reason everything happened. What are we talking about? Like, you know what it is. It's that family. It's the same bloodline. Like, what are we talking about? And anyways, and the reason why, the real reason why I don't feel any sympathy on it is because Meghan Markle, I know she identifies as biracial and stuff, and she's one of those people that I feel like she doesn't say she's black until like you see her launch.
Yeah, when it's
You know what I
convenient.
mean? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? When it's convenient. When she's with black people and think, when she's with white people, they may think she's Spanish or something. Because to be honest, when I watched Suits, I thought she was Spanish until it was like season 2 or season 3, the episode where they brought her pops. You know, it's my boy from The Wire. And I was like, oh shit, she's black? I was like, oh, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, alright. You know, I was fine with it. But like, that's really why I don't feel the sympathy, because it's like, and also, you guys are complaining to Oprah. Oprah's acting all shocked and all that foolishness. You guys know how I feel about Oprah. I've been telling people about Oprah since 2008.
Oprah said, like, did you know the queen too?
Were you silent or silenced? Oprah, come, yo, anyways. You're in a big villa and stuff, talking about, oh, feel so sorry for us and everything. I'm not hearing all that, but you know, that's just my thoughts on that. Just because that was a big thing, so you know, you have to pause us. But that's what we have to talk about it real quick, you know what I'm saying?
So I'll touch on that. But yeah.
I ain't get into that too much.
Too deep.
I really talk about, so while we're still at entertainment and music, your topic before about Bow Weezy.
Bow Weezy on the fleazy. Like, yo.
Hold on.
Don't worry about it.
Bow Weezy on the fleazy.
Yes, sir.
Yo. It's funny because last week, before this whole thing even came on, I was watching some Bow Wow shit. Like a video, one video of Bow Wow, like, you know? And I'm like, yo, Bow Wow's really a legend and my man's don't rate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
No, my man's don't rate Bow Wow. Like,
No, they don't.
you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Soulja Boy.
Yep, they're both.
But like,
But Bow Wow really is like, Soulja Boy's a legend too.
in his own
For different
way.
reason.
But Bow Wow
was a legend for having
doing it.
hits.
Yo, Bow Wow's really doing it. Like, Mr. 106 in Park, like, I don't.
Man, never forget that every Bow Wow song that dropped on 106 in Park had to get retired because it would spend like 30 weeks at number 1.
Yeah.
Bro, retired.
Word.
Every day they would be like, oh, after 85 days, Bow Wow, Ghetto Girls is retired.
Guys, enjoy the song
After
from
85
last time.
days, the band came on with the song because of how sick the fans were to him. I wanna thank you for letting me who I am, be who I need to be. Number 1. Puppy Love, number 1. And if you listen to Puppy Love, bro, that's some Pippi stuff. Puppy Love. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. Yo, it's like a player, but it ain't. It just sound like that. Cause I'm just too young to get down like that. Hit the movie, hit the mall, then hop out with big tags. Next day, do lunch. The next is Six Flags. But it don't mean nothing. We're just having some fun.
We got a fan.
I'm telling you.
We got a fan over here. We got a fan over here.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
This nigga knows the lyrics. Like,
This guy went on a solo real
this
quick.
guy went in right now. Like,
That's it.
You know what? So just on Snapchat, you see how you said a week ago you listened to Bow Wow? Just on Snapchat the other day, I was playing a 1-2 Bow Wow track.
So alright, so to round it all up, right? So when I seen Drake talk about it, it actually really made me like, yo, I have to say something about this too. But I don't think Bow Wow really gets the respect that he deserves. And now that Drake says to people might give him a little bit more respect, because you know people be on drop.
oh, for sure, they're gonna give him enough respect now.
But my thing is that like, yo, like, if you grew up in the 90s and shit, like, I feel like you really know, like, the shit Bow Wow did. Either if it was that you hated the man, cause like your shorty loved the man so much, or like other shorties that you like love this nigga.
I was too old for that shit. So.
Or it's like you just knew the man was just rocking. Like when you went service and you heard the pop, you just like you knew like, yo, dog, this is gonna make everybody start to want to dance and sing along and
Every girl's
good
locker
vibe
had a
shit.
Bow Wow poster.
Every girl.
Remember he was doing the movies like Mike,
Yeah.
which is back on
Bow
Disney+.
Wow and Chris Brown had every high school, every teenage girl, and
Lit.
And
born in 90s
and
weed.
B2K at one point.
And B2K.
Lil Fizz and Mario
Raz
and J Boog.
J Boog, yeah, it's just a J Boog. That's J Boog.
Whatever, nigga.
Yeah, those guys had bitches so lit, the man's got it. You got served, and part 2.
You gotta take it back.
But you know Lando?
Bow Wow was a legend.
No Lando? You got served as the ill movie, bro. but it wasn't as good as Like Mike.
No.
Like Mike, with Bow Wow, the first one was actually a sick movie.
It was sick stuff.
I actually watched it the other day.
I know.
That's what we listen to. That's what we listen to this guy.
Disney Plus, I know.
Mike,
So I was watching it too.
I had to put my daughter on that. I'm like, yo, you never see Like Mike shit? Nobody watching that.
Nah,
Calvin
Bow Wow
Cambridge,
legend.
these niggas.
And then how you said, now it's funny how you said, Drake, he said Drake big up Bow Wow just today. Soulja Boy said, he tweeted, you know, Drake really took my whole bar and then thanked Bow Wow.
Just.
And put the laughing.
Nah, but Drake gave Bow Wow his flowers too,
I know,
man.
he
Like,
gave him, and we're gonna
I mean, Soulja Boy.
Yeah, he did.
I know, but Soulja Boy kills me, fam.
So
That
he's
nigga's
the
he's
funniest
the next
troll.
legend
Yo,
too.
he's the best troll ever.
And the reason why I'm saying that, you know, and it's the same with Bow Wow, and it's like I said, people, we're in an era with social media, so it exposes a lot of these guys and it makes them see, and you see them more. So that's why they look more like a joke and everything, and Soulja Boy is like a joke, and every seen Soulja Boy get punched, Soulja Boy was supposed to fight Chris Brown, it didn't happen. Soulja Boy didn't pop.
Can I?
There's bigger shit with Soulja Boy that he did, but here's the thing that we have to say. Man, them said Soulja Boy is gonna be a one-hit wonder. Not only was he not,
He's a
he
legend.
also has been relevant since 2007.
Yeah,
He's a legend.
He's still relevant today.
Legend.
Soldier.
No, but I have a question for you guys though. Wouldn't you like to see some kind of altercation get down between a 6ix9ine and a Soulja? And then my second question, my follow-up question would be, would Soulja's career revive because he was the one to stomp out 6ix9ine?
Yo, Soulja.
You know what? That's a good question. This is my only thing. This is my thing. I think for real talk, 6ix9ine's really working with the feds.
Yeah,
So I think that if Soulja was actually to get into a situation when something actually happened to 6ix9ine, Soulja's going to jail right away.
For sure.
And like 6ix9ine would like almost to like brag about it. Like he can't.
No, but I'm talking online troll shit because no one can touch 6ix9ine on no real thing. I'm talking troll vibe.
Oh, Soulja Boy, I feel like Soulja Boy could then.
Yeah,
He would be the guy that would fucking.
You get under his skin still.
He would get under his skin still.
It's
That's
not
one thing about Soulja Boy. He gets on under everybody's skin.
Soulja would have the internet fuck with him still.
So
Like,
you-
going at him.
So you think Soulja Boy could get under 6ix9ine's skin?
Yeah.
The way 6ix9ine gets
the
under
thing-
other people's skin is how SouljaY would get under his
Yo,
skin.
put it this way. Once Soulja Boy makes up a name for you and puts a bitch at the end of it, nah, you're gonna fight this nigga no matter what. Can't be there playing
And once he says it on one of his IG lives, it's a wrap.
Bitch ass nigga. What's wrong with this bitch? You know I got big Dracos over here, nigga. Bro, as soon as they hear that, subscribe, watch.
Yeah.
Man, getting on like 100,000 people just watching this nigga, bro.
Nah, Soulja Boy is.
This nigga with that stupid rainbow ass chain ass nigga. Soulja Boy would actually kill me still.
And I mean, yo, he put on everybody.
He's Big Draco, man.
Cause I don't know. To me, 6ix9ine won over Meek Mill. Like I didn't even want to hear Meek Mill. I know that's your man, and I know that's your man and all that.
Meek Mill just got baited into. So like he came in. Meek Mill's smart because he.
Like
Meek
we
Mill's not smart because spitting on him because he went to jail for it too.
Like
But
we
I
said-
that was spit on him too.
That was been on that nigga still.
Like I said before, the nigga shouldn't have said nothing. He
I
should have
should
just
try to
fucking walk away and leave that shit for the fucking feds to deal with. Don't
But it was something
entertain
where
it.
me turning around the corner and seeing this guy. He's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, camera's already out there running up on him. It's like paparazzi running up on him. You're not even expecting that. So that's why I said I can't look at me and say, yo, me took the LC on that one and didn't. Like, because it's like,
Me took it out, man.
he didn't respond to him after. He allowed that shit. And that's what we need to do is not do anything, yo. But like, just leave that guy. Let DJ Academics keep doing what he does, which is lame shit with this guy, but leave that guy. Stop talking. Like,
I'm not giving Mikey no credit for that.
you know, like, don't,
Fuck this
yeah,
man, he lost everything.
everything. Like, I don't want to talk about him. Schmurder's home. Woo! That's the
Schmurder's
news.
home,
Schmurder's
yeah,
home.
yeah, that's
Vibes,
big
man.
news.
You know
The
the
real
vibes.
king of New York.
The king.
Shmurda is home, you know
You know
what
how
I'm
I
saying? So
said
you gotta
the
hail,
king?
you gotta hail Shmurda.
You know what I'm saying? You know how I
Somebody's
said-
gotta teach him a little bit about a little fashion, a new fashion, you know what I'm saying? I know he's been down for a minute, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
But Rowdy caught with it quick though.
Yo, Rowdy got a quick, Rowdy probably has like an older, younger bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Remember,
Fetty.
Fetty Luciano.
Yeah,
Is he younger, bro?
yeah, Fetty's his bro.
Yo, Freddy's like, yo, I got you some gear.
Yeah, so.
Bobby looks like he just has family around him, so like,
Yeah,
it's tough for this nigga.
I'm happy
I see those niggas
Bobby's
wearing
home. I'm
like,
happy
bro.
Bobby's home and chilling and shit. And I see him chilling at All-Star game and everything. But yo, Bobby. If you're chilling with all the man and shit, you'll give me some music.
Nah, yo, nah. He can wait, man. I can wait.
Yo, I'll give him like he's like a year on the road. Before
Yeah, man. Like, let the nigga live, bro.
I feel you, but
And he came home to back.
I want to hear just a little, you know, because yo, I heard some people are telling me they're like, oh, Bobby's gonna flop, and you gonna. I said you're stupid. I said every street rapper in the game, if you say you're a street rapper, you're fucking with Bobby.
Absolutely.
So he's getting. I said, yo, no matter what, he's getting tracks with Quavo now. He's getting tracks with Lil Baby. He's getting tracks with Nick Mill.
Yeah, they're gonna put him right on.
He's getting track with whoever the fuck he wants to get a track with. He's in a track with.
Yeah.
He's showing everybody. Fabulous, Future, name it.
Anybody, yeah.
If you say you're a street nigga in hip hop, you fuck with Bobby.
Yeah,
That's what Bobby did.
I agree. But we need to hear music. But give some time.
Yeah, man. I give him some time.
My bad. I'm just, I'm happy you're home and stuff. It's the hat came back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kill me.
So everything's lit. Everything's lit.
But yo, I switch a little lanes for a second. Add a little, kind of going towards sports. We're going sports next, right? So it's kind of going towards the sports topic. A little another the big topic though. I don't know if you guys seen what Mike Tyson said about Mayweather, but if you didn't, he's pretty much saying that Mayweather is a great fighter, but he said that he doesn't really like Mayweather. He doesn't really like watching Mayweather fights, right?
Facts.
And then he pretty much said that Mayweather is 50-0, but to call himself the greatest fighter of all time is a stretch. Because there's mans that had way better records than him and fought way more fights than him, right?
Agreed.
So like he named like, for example, he named like Sugar Ray Leonard, who said that like he lost, like I can't remember what his streak was before, almost 50 fights I think. He lost one fight and then went on like a 79 fight win streak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you have a man, there's another guy, I can't remember his first name was, but something like Chavez Jr. or whatever.
No.
Or Senior.
Chavez.
Like Chavo Guerrero, right?
Mm.
But anyways, Chavez Senior, they said a man went like 89-0 before he lost his first fight.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's like plus at that time like boxing was in a thing, and I remember because like I grew up on boxing, even like watching Ali like documentaries and movie and all that shit. Like back in those times, like you don't pick who you fight like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, these guys are in a ranking and they challenge you and you beat number one and number two challenge you fight number two. If you beat number two and number one can't fight and your number one contender can't fight yet, you're fighting number three. Like that's what was working, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was all about ranking the shit and who's there, like whatever. But now it's like he was saying that like Mayweather picks a lot of his fights.
Well, I was gonna say he does. And that is the biggest knock on Mayweather's. Like
He said he
picks his fights.
he said he'd rather watch Pacquiao. That was what Tyson said. He said he'd rather watch
Mayweather
Pacquiao
picks
fight.
his fights. The Pacquiao fight was delayed for time. Oscar De La Hoya was kind of old. Excuse me. Certain people think that because that one ref is usually Floyd Mayweather's ref, that it could be a little bit of fixing. He also fought Conor McGregor. He's fighting, so he made it a little bit of a joke.
It's a WWE thing now, man.
And that's what goes against Floyd. And to me, no matter what, like, I mean, personally, even though I didn't watch him, I've seen enough documentaries and everything, the highlights and all that shit, where it's Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer to me. But Mayweather is the best defensive boxer ever. And when he says he's the best ever, I believe he's mostly saying it because he made the most money. And that's how Mayweather looks at it. And where you want me to go in there and get beat off, the only boxer that still has his brain working and everything. And I'm winning.
Because he's not doing real boxing.
So that's what I'm saying. So those are the knocks. So Mayweather, yeah, he isn't the best ever. He can't really say he's the GOAT to me. Tyson is right. But he is one of the GOATs, yes.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
Well, he's not the GOAT.
Yeah, but he's not the GOAT because even like Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard, yeah.
And there's a lot of people. Obviously Tyson isn't the GOAT because Tyson, what happened to him, but if Tyson was disciplined like Mayweather, he would be the GOAT. Because that's the thing about Mayweather's too, is Mayweather's very disciplined.
But the thing is, Tyson's never said he's the greatest of all time and shit like that. Tyson's just, he knows he's a student.
Yeah.
He's a student of the game, you know what I mean?
What's funny is
like back in those
never
days,
say they're the greatest.
those men are fighting like, yo, dog, like 4 fights a year.
Yeah.
They're not having no 8-month training.
Yeah.
4 fights a year, dog.
And then like fucking now Mayweather fights every 5 years, not gonna stupid shit like that. Like that's stupid shit, dog.
Stupid, I know, that's what I'm saying. He's killing his own legacy. He's knocking himself down.
Mayweather cheesing right
He's knocking himself down. done. So
Yeah, but what would we say we're going to sports now though? No, like,
yeah,
some
that was the
basketball
sports.
shit.
Yeah, for sure, definitely NBA. Even before I go NBA, this is from my motherfucking NFL people real quick. You guys seen how the Patriots is spending all the money, giving Cam Newton bare weapons, everything's going in. I'm amped up for the NFL season, even though it's the off season. It's kind of tailing off, but you know, you guys don't watch NFL, so we're not gonna stick on that.
Nah.
You already know. Then also, my wrestling motherfuckers, you know, it's WrestleMania season, so you know that's popping soon. And I don't care if they like it or not. When WrestleMania comes around, I'm definitely gonna say something about WrestleMania and the fucking vibes. So that's that for those little things. So to go into the NBA thoughts.
You got NBA.
Fucking So obviously we're past the All-Star game. Did you like the All-Star game?
Well, no. I didn't think for a second.
Yeah.
I had fun watching it because I bet, but I didn't that the game was actually
I
good.
bet and I fell asleep. You seen?
Like I knew Team LeBron was gonna smoke them. When I see the team, like, bro, there's no chance.
Especially when Embiid, who was the big bad for fucking
Didn't play, yeah. And KD didn't play.
Yeah, it was kind of a wrap. But he's
Once I seen KD didn't play, and Embiid, I'm like, it's over.
Yeah.
Even before that, it was still probably like over, but it would have been a good game.
Yeah.
They would at least won a 1-2 quarter. But that one is like, bro, they got smoked every quarter by like 14 plus. Like,
Every quarter.
So with Embiid, speaking of Embiid, I thought he was the MVP this season so far, but then Embiid once again, as always, got injured. So he's on a few weeks, and I think it's opened back up the MVP race. And now I already know what's gonna happen. Jokic is having an amazing season, but you know who's getting the MVP this year? The media's already the media train is already ramping up. You know, LeBron hasn't missed a game. He plays still. It's just 19th season. LeBron is like, they're ramping up the train, man. 18th season or some shit like that. They're ramping it up. So LeBron's gonna win this MVP.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take it home still.
Yeah, he's gonna end up winning the MVP this year. But he ain't gonna end up with the trophy.
Who he's gonna end up with?
The Nets. I've been saying that. What are you talking about? The Nets are winning the championship this year. And I don't think the Lakers are making the finals.
My thing is this. This is my point. Before you go there, my only thing with the Nets is this. I think they have an opportunity to make it, right? To win, sorry. But the reason why I don't think they're going to is two reasons. One, I think the whole Kobe shit is gonna fuck with KD, regardless if it's in the bubble or not. They just don't let this nigga play. Two,
But this is hamstring. It's not COVID right now.
bro, it's
And it's
COVID.
not really hamstring. You know what it is?
You're just resting.
Yeah.
Okay. Two, I think it's hard for a team, no matter how like guarded, like wing loaded they are, without a big man, to actually win a chip like that. The first time through.
But
Even Miami didn't do it. They had Bosh, bro.
Trade deadline's not done yet, and the bio season's not done yet, so they could get a
You
big.
talking about the Nets?
Yeah.
My nigga, they got
Don't say Blake Griffin.
You got Blake Griffin.
No, yeah, they got Blake Griffin, but they got
They didn't get
DeAndre Jordan. They got
Jordan's trash.
But the other Jordan's
my
been
you
playing
with the-
playoffs versus certain.
you with the blonde dreads. Those guys can
Who the
bang,
blonde
yo.
dreads?
Blonde dreads. Who the fuck is this?
The Nets, they have a center right now with blonde dreads, bro. And he's balling, a young you. He's
Who the fuck
balling.
is this?
Yeah, he's
Listen,
balling right
Listen, that guy's
now.
not helping in no playoff series.
Guy watched the game last night.
Him and DeAndre Jordan not guarding no stretch in the
Well,
free.
Harden,
Jordan's
DeAndre?
in the playoffs against certain matchups. Yes, he's gonna end up playing, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you know how the playoffs is. It comes down to who can get a bucket, and they have three who can get a bucket.
Hey.
Nobody else has three by themselves. Not just I can get a bucket.
But I can't
get fucking 50.
I can't let them, but I see teams like, teams are playing with them. Teams are playing
Yeah,
their
they're playing defense.
Yeah, but I haven't seen any team been able to beat Kevin, James, and Kyrie on the
Have
court.
they played together?
They play like 3 games.
Dog, it's a massacre, bro. It's a massacre.
It's not though, because somebody has to take a chill. Somebody has to take a chill, but hey,
Yeah, it don't matter who takes a
Somebody
chill.
deferred.
The points are
You know
still
what's funny?
scoring
I'm
though.
saying though, in the playoffs, that's a different. I mean, it's acting like this is the first three-headed monster we've seen, bro.
Now, I know it's gonna take some time to jump, but I just think, fam, that boy KD's a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yo,
because
this is
of
the
the-
first Apex Predator 3 team,
It's taking
bro.
it's
That's what
all
I'm
that
saying.
Harden that he couldn't do in the playoffs, which I still think is a factor. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just a erasing that shit out of the blue. But Kyrie, we see, does it in the playoffs. At KD, we see, does it in the playoffs. Harden, if he's struggling, like it takes the pressure off of all of them because we have it, and then Blake Griffin now. I don't think he's gonna play super amazing, but the fact that he's fucking gonna be open, he is gonna play pretty good.
And he was the main scorer for Detroit, so
not this year. Last year, last year he was bomb. This year, it was Jeremy Grant's team.
Yeah.
But I also realized that he realized like, it's just Jeremy Grant's team. And then they benched him. So he didn't really have a chance to do his thing. Now he's on a team where I feel like, because he's like, bro, the man's not even the fourth option. He's like the fifth, sixth option, bro. The man's gonna ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Defensively, it's a problem. I don't get it twisted. I feel you. Against certain
in the playoffs,
teams, if they face the Sixers in the conference finals, with a healthy Embiid, it is going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem for them.
No.
Because Ben Simmons going to guard KD. But he's going to stop him, but he's going to give him a good chance.
But I've watched them play them, even without KD here, and what it looks like is, Embiid get 45. Us combined just got 110.
Who else is going to score for you?
Exactly.
Speaking of Philly, though, each of you give me, on that team, your 3 top scorers, like 3 top players on that team.
Players or scorers?
Players.
On Philly?
Yeah, it's Embiid,
Simmons,
and Harris.
Yeah.
If we go scores, then it's Embiid, Harris, and Seth Curry.
Okay.
The top 3 players.
So we'll go scorers then.
Yeah, but you have to put Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is the defensive specialist on that team and he's the playmaker.
I agree with that 5'5" reporter that was talking shit about.
He's overrated?
He's a fucking overrated nigga that nobody needs to be talking about. He's a good-looking guy that's a foreigner and he can ball. And he's part of Clutch Entertainment.
Okay, let me tell you what he is. For a guard position, right? Just wrap your mind on this for a second. For a guard position, he's equivalent to a Dennis Rodman of his position. Where it's like, he's not no over-the-top great player, but for the things that he needs, he goes out there and brings to the team, it's actually so detrimental that man's fuck with him.
Cool.
That's why instrumental, yeah. That's why all the fucking, the all-stars and the superstars in the league, they would love to play with Ben Simmons because they know he would go and do those things that enough mans don't do. So pretty much, like, he like, in a row, he's like gonna say like Vrasia on supreme steroids. Like just that guy that does everything that you need, that you want on your team, but don't want to play against.
No, but that Rodman joint is that's a good example. But my question to you is, where's Rodman ranked in your favorite NBA player that deserves every credit that he has? Where is he ranked amongst the Jordans and everybody?
Rodman's like
he's not there.
He's mad.
Right. But that's right. No, but what I'm saying is right. So you don't have him ranked up there. So why would you have fucking Ben ranked up there? The reason why is you hit that shit dead in the middle of the fucking forehead. He's like a Rodman, or unorthodox player that can really fucking produce in his position. But the reason why he gets the fucking the ratings he gets is because he's a good looking Australian mixed breed youth. That's why, bro. If he had tattoos with pink hair, fucking with a septum ring in his nose, they would be like, oh, they would be the ring in your nose, like the cow.
No, but I feel you, but the thing is,
they would be like, he's a fucking Rodman.
Ben Simmons came in with 1, a lot of hype. 2, he's like, in a sense, like a quote unquote, like for the NBA, he's a demigod for the position. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have a lot of these type of athletes in their league. So he has to get a sort of push because he's like a freak athlete.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless, those guys is one man like, he has to get his love. He's gonna have to get some respect because he actually does shit that you don't see nobody in the league at his size really doing. They represent at my house.
We still on that shit. Oh yeah, we back. Back to the NBA shit with Kelo Q. You had to roll up for the last little 10 minutes or something, you know that. I was explaining it to you.
So the same little thing. The fuck?
I thought you said it.
Smoking on Sherman.
I thought you said it ain't no thing.
Nigga smoking Sherman on this bitch.
Sherman.
Smoke that.
My man.
I was in a chicken coop ball.
Yo, isn't that crazy? That Smokey started big brr.
Big brr.
He did that shit. That's
Oh,
crazy. Yo, isn't it crazy that fucking... Oh man, I'm going back. I'm gonna leave the sports for a quick second because I just remembered this. But isn't it crazy that Pusha T pretty much took me brr from fucking Cardi B because she did brr, and then and also Meg Thee Stallion, Soulja Boy's mad that she didn't thank him on at the Grammys.
Why?
Because on like Kiki Palmer show and all this stuff, they've been saying that Meg Thee Stallion started Drive the Boat, but it was Soulja Boy that started Drive the Boat. Let me drive the boat. So like Soulja Boy was like,
Kodak.
I mean Kodak, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how Kodak. So yeah, Kodak like was like, yo, she should have thanked me in her speech.
Kodak was all homage. That's what came out of the bin, and I want everybody to pay respect.
I just like skinny Kodak as opposed to fat Kodak. I think fat Kodak
I
is
don't
too
know if I like him
serious.
until I hear the music.
Yeah, we gotta hear your album though.
Nah, I like his personality when he's skinny. I don't like him when he's fat. When he's fat, he just looks like he's an angry
He's
fat
angry.
motherfucker. Like
There you go.
Serious
It's
as shit.
hilarious, bro. Kodak's the funniest. But my bad, we left NBA for real quick.
That's what I
So
said.
then back to the
So
sports.
we talking about Joel Embiid and then, weren't we?
Yeah, and then we said something. Who cares about the last thing? We were talking about their teams and stuff, and the Sixers and the Nets.
Yeah.
But do you think Utah? I don't. Do you think Utah can fucking make it out the
No.
West? You know what I mean? Now,
No.
nobody thinks they can. But yo, could it be? Hold on, because the only comparison, there's comparison people have to Utah. They say there's two teams. They say the Spurs, that 2014 Spurs team. That's not kind of how they play. And that's their model actually. And because that's also the team that Brad Stevens compared them to. And the they also kind of could be not defensively really like that pedigree, but like that 04 Pistons where they're just solid all around because they do have two guards that can get it pretty much, that can get their buckets. Three if you want to add Conley. They play everybody else is shooters around them, like Joe Ingles, all them niggas, Royce O'Neal and them shits. And then they still have Gobert holding down the paint.
You forgot about Bogdan.
Oh yeah, Bogdanovich, what am I talking about? And yeah, Bogdanovich, who's playing amazing. So like I don't think, it's hard for me to say that I believe they'll go there, but if they would, it is the model like they are playing, is like at 2014 Spurs. Now mind you, 2014 Spurs, remember Kawhi wasn't Kawhi yet, Tim Duncan was on his last legs, but they were motivated off of losing. So I don't know if they have that type of hunger.
I hear you. I just don't. Rudy Gobert gets really exposed in the playoffs, so I don't have a lot of faith in Rudy Gobert. Like that's why it's tough for them. He's a big staple of their team. Like he really gets exposed in the playoffs, you know. When people just go small ball and make him try to guard up, and it gets tough for him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Stretch your court.
So in the West, well yeah, because Serge Ibaka, Anthony Davis, if Anthony Jokic, yeah, you're right.
So, but my question is like, being that Utah is in the position that they're in, are we not giving them credit for being the most dominant in the West right now?
We're not giving them enough credit. That is true.
I say
but
yes and no.
I think we're not because we've seen it
The
happen
lower
before.
teams.
We've seen it with the Hawks team. You remember the Hawks
Yeah.
team won 60-something games, and LeBron swept them.
Yeah, we've seen
Now,
number one team
this-
where season record doesn't really mean
But
too much.
this team, at the end of the day, we have seen Donovan Mitchell rises in the
Yeah.
playoffs, so he can win a series.
I feel you.
And if this year, we've also seen Jordan Clarkson hot and cold ball. He is a scorer. That is all he does.
Yeah.
So if he gets hot,
And
that's
they
the
didn't
series.
have that's the thing. They didn't have Bogdanovich in the playoffs last year either. So I feel you. So they're a nice team. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying I just don't truly believe they're gonna come out.
So do you think who has a higher chance, them or the Nuggets?
I say the Nuggets because you have a superstar in Jokic.
And we've seen Jamal Murray.
And we've seen Jamal Murray thing. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
Like I'd bank on Jokic. You know, like he's the best player on the court. Even in that
Yes.
series, he's the best player on the court.
Bro, what's crazy is, I feel like, except for versus the Lakers, Jokic is the best player in every series.
The West.
Including the Clippers.
You think he's better than? I know. He might be giving more than Kawhi right
Bro,
now.
have you seen him, what he's doing?
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He's ball. But, that's my thoughts on...
But one more thing though. What about that McVay dude? They got Nick Cannon from the Heats. So he said some anti-Semitic comment.
Oh, you mean Myers Leonard?
Yeah, Myers Leonard.
Says McVay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
McVay was
I'm like, yo, we're back to football. How do you know about Sean McVay? But anyways, fucking Myers Leonard. Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
So what they did was, amongst all the shit they did with Miami recently sent him over to OKC for a trade for Ariza, but OKC is not picking him up, so he's basically
Oh shit,
getting
Miami
rid
got
of him.
traded?
Yeah, they traded him.
Yeah, they traded him for
Ariza.
Ariza.
He's getting blackballed. Too much juice in the league, bro.
Yeah.
Also, the owner of the Heat is Jewish. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, and this goes off of being black and stuff, and not, not saying I'm not around a lot of Jewish people and stuff. No, this guy's laughing and shit. I'm not saying nothing bad. No, I'm keeping it real. I never heard that word before in my life.
Yeah, me, I had to Google it.
Sorry. I apologize for saying it. I just never heard that
You
word
say it.
before.
You didn't say
I just
it.
said it. And that's what I said. I apologize for saying that.
But you didn't say it though.
Yeah, but I didn't say it exactly. I just never heard that word before in my life. So like when I heard that, I didn't even know until people were saying that. That's where I guess where the Jewish community is trying to say like, well, Julian Edelman, the football player, he reached out to him and said, "Yo, I'll educate you on this shit. Like like I'll bring you to like a Holocaust museum and stuff like that, so you can see." Because like I said, I never heard that
Yeah, I
before.
never heard that
But
too.
as black people, obviously, one, I'm not around Jewish people like that and stuff, and two, we only know about the one main slur. Like any other slur doesn't come close to our slur. You know what I'm saying? We know about that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but that's crazy with him. Yeah, he's done. His career's over. He
Because
just
he wasn't that good of a player anyway, so it's kind of
exactly. That's another thing too. It wasn't like he was. You know what I mean?
He's
not even-
He's a salary
He's
for
not even
everybody.
really a solid role player anymore. He's a role player that sits on the bench.
How did Pat Riley swing that deal then? How do you get Trevor Ariza for nothing? Pat Riley's a fucking goat, bro.
The GOAT.
This guy just said, yo, alright, here, take him and give me a reason to just take
kills
on
me.
And OKC
Right?
had
Yeah,
an
there
OKC
must have been cash consideration. I had to read about that trade.
No,
How the
but
fuck did you
OKC
do
said
that?
they have no intentions of having him on the team, so
Okay,
he's
so he
done.
probably just did that.
But they
off
want
of
the Cali salary deal, maybe.
That salary dump of Ariza, and it was off of a fucking GM relations type of thing.
Probably. But yeah, the fucking wrap us up with the sports shit. What's your guys' predictions for the year, bro? Who do you see coming out the East? Who do you see coming out the West? And who do you see holding the trophy at the end of the year?
Nets.
Nets are winning.
Nets all
Nets
day.
coming out the East. Nets are winning championship.
Who's
The
coming out
West is a toss up.
Who's coming out the West?
Do I have to say a team right now?
Yeah.
You say your team first then. nigga.
No, what do you mean? You asked you guys first. I'll say my
I'm
picks.
thinking.
I'm going with either Denver. Like I'm for this year, I'm not gonna go with the Kawhis and Paul Georges and the LeBrons and shit.
Exactly.
This
Yeah.
year,
If I say that, yeah.
I'm
Utah
going with
or Denver.
no, I'm going with Denver or the Suns.
Who? Oh, I forgot about the Suns.
And the Suns are going to the
Oh, I
finals,
forgot
eh?
about that, eh?
Yeah.
No, I did forget about. No. That is a dark horse on a low key. I forgot about them.
I think the Nets versus
You know what?
the Suns is a possibility. Finals.
I'm gonna fuck with his pick. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Nets and Suns.
So that's exciting. Because Devin Booker can match the points with them niggas. And then that's a big man that they can't guard.
Yeah,
And
they
Chris
got
Paul, you know who
CP3,
Chris
yeah.
Paul is.
Who's in the guard?
We-
KD and that
we know his name.
matchup. KD's going for 40 a night.
100% so sorry.
No, they'll just throw they'll throw 2-3 bodies at him. That's it.
Oh my god. I'm saying for my finals, out the East, Nets for sure. Out the West, I still think the Lakers are gonna do it still.
They're going to do it.
Then I'm gonna see LeBron and KD in the finals, and LeBron's gonna beat him again.
LeBron's never, well, he beat him once.
He beat him once.
KD's gonna beat him again for the third time in a row. Fuck are you talking
Nah,
about?
KD's not
What the fuck
gonna.
are you talking
KD with
about?
his group up team.
You think AD and LeBron is beating KD, Kyrie, and Harden?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Kyrie's dropping 40 on their head every
And then
game.
Joe
Who's
Harris
guarding
too.
Kyrie?
They got a
Schroeder?
deep
He's
back.
gonna shoot
They
him.
got a deep
He's gonna
backcourt.
shoot him.
He does a
He's
good job in the last
You think
time.
LeBron James guarded KD? He's gonna shoot him.
Just like KD's gonna get through by
Doesn't
LeBron.
matter. They're gonna outscore them.
Then who's gonna? Then,
Those two
now it
versus
comes
those
down
three
to.
is Harden. And who's guarding Harden?
Now it comes. No, what do you mean it
Harden
comes
versus
to Harden?
Kuzma. Harden versus Kuzma.
What do you mean it comes on thing?
Harden
Bro, they have a way better bench.
Harden versus Kuzma and Morris.
That's
Harden is
Harden is more
Harden is
than them. Of course, Harden's gonna get them more production. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Alright,
It doesn't
we'll see,
matter.
we'll see.
You're still seeing LeBron's gonna pull it out, dog.
If they match up, we're betting.
Alright, for sure,
Same
man.
deal.
For sure.
So that's alright. So that concludes this episode. You follow us on the next episode when it drops. But anyways, you know the vibes. Like I said, subscribe on YouTube, follow the Instagram page, send a like, comment. You know the shit. Tell us how you feel. Tell us some topics that you want us to talk about. You know what it is.
Yeah, hit us in the comments and shit, man.
Yeah, yo, we back, baby. Back.
You know.